Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Who is cold? Okay, now just a small reflection about life. Morning reminder. I was just looking for. I was looking for some article that some posts that I wrote in the past, and where to add now videos that I thought to be a good way to reach more people, not just writing, but even with recording my voice. My presence saying those things isn't relevant. My face, my appearance, it doesn't matter, and it's only the message what matters. So the intention when I make those videos is not for people to know who I am or I look like or whatever. It's nothing to do with the ego. It's that basically you can listen to whatever I say, even with your phone in your pocket. I was going to say your MP player, but it doesn't almost exist anymore because everything is now it's done using the phone. And just be careful, because we've been using the phone for everything until the point that the phone will become and it is already indispensable. Like we will not be able to live without it. And they are, and who understand what I'm talking about knows who are they gonna eventually, if we don't say no, using the phone to control and restrict even the little tiny freedom we have. This already was really tiny. But that's something that I don't want to talk about with this video, and I don't want to talk about with the things I write, because all of these won't help us to raise our frequencies. Our energies actually will be the opposite. If we don't know how to shield ourselves and how to manage our inner energy, it will just lowering down, and we're just gonna do the game. And here in this what I believe to be world as a reality made of energies, that makes it the reality actually not real. Everything is energy and everything is frequencies. So whatever in where when I start to go then I'm messing up with words. So your energies, I strongly dictates your external reality. So it's very important to keep your inner frequencies as high as possible. It won't be always high, but we can be able to manage it in a way that we at least we want those energy, drop down, so down that we become basically just a tool in the hands of those psychopaths out there. So, what is this energy? What we are? A while ago, after meeting some old friends when I was back home in Italy, it felt so strong how, even how our souls doesn't age. Like seeing those friends that I know since I was a teenager. Now we are externally older. We are just following the process of basically of life. We slowly getting rotten, and we're gonna break and then die. So externally, we have a bit of gray hair, gray hairs with some lost hairs. Someone just got grayer, the skin is starting to, ruin, and the wrinkles and so on. But talking with them, playing with them, making jokes and stuff, you realize, something that I already knew, but being there and experiencing in first, in the first hand, it was even more, it was even stronger, the realization of how these things we call the soul doesn't age. The soul is always the same age. It's just to gain more experiences, and that's it. It's just gaining more knowledge, but it doesn't age. The soul doesn't become old. The soul is energy. It doesn't have gray hairs. The soul is energy. That's it. So it was wonderful, think about it and seeing, how the way we were talking were not much different than 30 years ago, because we were just letting our souls talking. We were not playing the role that society gave us, where, okay, you're now 40, so you needed to talk and behave in a certain way. So now, obviously, the question that everybody, many, maybe not everyone, but many, has been asking, to themselves and to others, what is this soul? Where it goes? When it started? Why it started? What's the point of all of this, right? I don't have an answer. I only have ideas based on my personal experiences, and even there, I can't be sure that I cannot even be sure that those personal experiences I had, mystical experiences, are actually the truth. So it's, I would say it's fucked up, because obviously I do have some pieces of the puzzle that the only things that tells me this, that's one thing for sure. For this, I think I can be sure 99.999%, that this is not real. It feels so real. But it's nothing but an illusion. Nothing but like a fake. It's just that it looks so real. The pain looks real. The table looks real. And we've probably been programmed to perceive it as real. So obviously, all the things I saw and experienced, and I now able to realize that it is not real. What the fucking is real? It's just a well-made anime. It's an illusion. Now, real, what is real? It's a matter of perception, personal perception. Because you were born, you will die. You were a sperm, and now you are this body. We seeing images through our eyes and having no fucking clue how come that is possible. Yeah, they give you scientific explanation that, yeah, it goes through the retina, blah, 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 but how? Why? What's moving that? So it's obviously that, what is real? What is the fucking is real? It's real it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Real is like, you have enough people thinking that it's real, and it becomes real. But it's not. It doesn't mean that it's real. I mean, it's like you have one person talking to a wall, literally talking to a wall, thinking that the wall, it's a person. There is no person there, but the guy is talking, having conversation. We've been told that this person is crazy, right? The reality is that this guy is crazy. Then you have like hundreds of thousands going inside a church, a temple, a mosque, talking to an imaginary God, or talking to, like, I was raised Catholic, not any longer, but talking to a sculpture on a cross, and there's religious people, they're just very normal people. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's what it's so-called reality. No, now, reflect. What the fucking difference is between this guy talking to a wall, thinking that the wall is a person, and hundreds of thousands of people talking to a sculpture, thinking that represent a god. I don't see any differences. I see just all those people are crazy, or all those people are religious in their own way. Even the guy that talks to the wall is a religious person to me. He really thinks that there is someone there, as Catholics really think that the sculpture is Jesus and that there is God. That God said that you have to build churches, and you build churches and you talk to a sculpture inside the church. I don't see any difference. Or they're all crazy, or they're all religious people, or neither. They are just people with beliefs, and they're not different from each other. They're just different what they believe. So obviously, like, reality and what is right and what is wrong is a really personal perception, and the soul, what we call the soul, we don't even know. We like, the soul is something that, it's inside what we think, what many of us thinks. It's inside this body, this sort of costume, that is aging, but what is inside doesn't. And then according to many people I interview and the stories that I read, seems like there is something else after this body. So we remove this costume. Now, I grew up thinking that we were inside a simulation, like in a video game, and then I dismiss it, and now it's kind of like coming back strong, like into my, I would say, processing thoughts. I mean, I don't believe in that as I used to when I was a teenager, when I really thought that this was just a simulation. But it's interesting when now I'm watching podcasts, listening to podcasts and watching video, you have people claiming or believing that we are inside a simulation. But what my small brain can understand, so if we are inside a simulation and someone else is doing the simulation, so technically there should be somewhere else above those people making the simulation, right? That's what I think. So there must be, I don't know, I say it must be, but I feel that, I think there must be a supreme, like on the top, controlling everything or making everything. So I don't know. All I know, there is something inside all of us that is definitely no aging, for sure. that keeps this costume, moving, interacting, seeing, talking, and that maybe can be, able to control then the external appearance. So, because everything is a perception, so what you feel within, it reflects from outside at the way you are perceived. And if everything is energy, so if my energy is high, even how I'm perceived by others, it's different, and I'm seeing it differently because of my inner energy. So now I want to conclude because I need to go. I need to go to work. I need to go to make people smiling and happier with good coffee and good jokes, hopefully. But the question is there, where the soul goes, it transforms. I really strongly like to believe that, like I was telling it to someone yesterday, life is a door. And when one closes, another one opens. This is come from a famous, famous sentence from a movie called Cloud Atlas. Like that is just a door. When one closes, another one opens. And I strongly believe that. I don't have answers to who is in charge to opening those doors and closing those doors. But I strongly believe that the soul that is within all of us, that doesn't age and lives forever, is just gain more knowledge and information, it just lives forever. It just lives forever. We just must focus our time and energy to understand. And the one way to understand is to cooperate one to each other, helping one to each other. There will be a way to elevate our energies to, I really strongly believe that can lead us to understand more and more of what this soul is all about. So, time to go. It's time to go for me. I would have loved today now to stay actually longer to talk. Feeling in a good mood. All right. Yeah. See you next time. Whoever is out there listening to my blah blah blah. Ciao.